My name is Do Not Obey, and let's get started. Let's get it. All right, guys, welcome back. Is Lake Lanier haunted? I don't know. Let's dive right in. All right, I'm fake back. Shout out to Steph and Tosh. I got that from them. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about Lake Lanier. Now, this is in Georgia, and with all the accidents that has happened recently this year and the accidents last year and the history of this lake, is it possibly haunted? Now, I wanted to read, some information on it. I'm going to be reading this off my phone. I hope that's okay. And I hope you guys enjoy. Now, this past memorial, celebration, a guy named Reginald Whitehead he drowned. I believe he was an African-American male. I believe that he did drown. And then 24 hours prior to that, a 61-year-old man named Michael Thomas of Gainesville drowned near the dock where his boat was, okay? Then it says just weeks before, in April on the 28th, 17-year-old Dante Lane was pulled up from the water after nearly drowning. So he didn't drown, but he almost drowned. Now my thing is, due to the history, could all these accidents be related to the city that is covered, right? For those that don't know, Lake Lanier covered a whole city. It's crazy. Anyway. So it also said that Lake Lanier also claimed the life of 11-year-old Kyle Glover, which was the son of Usher's ex-wife. Now, I knew about her losing a child, but I didn't connect it to the lake. Excuse me. So is that another connection? And this was back in 2012. I mean, history from now back, excuse me, I would say it's just been tragic stuff, like eerie, just unexplainable things. Now, it could be energy, just because something bad did happen there. Or it could be people out for revenge for what I think happened, but it's a lot of stories to that. Now, this lake is located in Georgia, 60 miles from Atlanta, more than 600 miles from the shoreline. And that's near Dawson, Gwinnett, in those areas, okay? Now, it's estimated that about 7 million people visit the lake each year. I'm superstitious. I guess I shouldn't be, but I don't know if I would visit the lake, honestly, if all this stuff happened. I'm just going to be honest, right? So it also says, despite its recreational purposes, Lake Lanier has a dark past that halts people from stepping foot anywhere near it. Okay. Now, why do people think that Lake Lanier is haunted? Now, this lake was built back in 1957 by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Lake Lanier is man-made. Keep in mind, this lake is man-made, okay? It was created to manage navigation and flood control from the Chattahoochee River and to supply water from residents to the city of Atlanta. Good things, right? Okay. The creation of the lake was plagued with problems from the beginning. Hence, probably shouldn't have did it. During the 5 years it took the lake to fill with water, the government purchased more than 50,000 acres of farmland, which displaced more than 250 families, 15 businesses, and relocated 20 cemeteries. Now, this is the issue that I have. I do not believe that they relocated the bodies. Maybe the plots, but did they move the bodies? I got that from Poltergeist. Remember when they moved into the house and the bodies was just popped? I mean, they had their new house and they were building all these new houses in this new housing complex, the new place to be, and all these caskets towards the end was popping up out of the ground, shooting up out of the pool. Really? Yeah, they didn't move the bodies. So I'm not saying this happened here, but allegedly, hypothetically, let's just say the reason why this place may be haunted is because they did not move the bodies. I'm just saying, I don't know. Many of the buildings and roads that were flooded out during the land's creations was left as is. So as what you're seeing, or what you may be seeing behind me right now, I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but there is a video of a guy that does dives in this lake, and you can still see the city. It's just covered in water. Along the lake's bottom, one can eerily find towns complete with roads, walls, and houses still intact. It's just like it was an abandoned ghost town. A handful of grave sites have submerged, according to the reporter from Newsweek, further fueling suspicions from locals that the lake could be haunted because they didn't move all the bodies. I mean, my thing is, and what if some of the people didn't leave either? I mean, that you can say that you can force people out, but sometimes people may stay, people may come back, people may not leave, right? So people without a heart, people that may worship the powers that be, may just say, oh well, and then they go with the lake, and then they're in the lake eternally with the graves. Just think about it. I don't know. So it says you reach out into the dark and you feel an arm or a leg and it doesn't move. That's creepy. And this was from a local diver. So I think I heard a story of a local diver, and I don't think it's the dude's video that I'm using, and I will leave his link in the description. But I did hear of a story that somebody was diving. They went to the part of the lake where they say not to go. Like, I think it's marked off, I'm not sure. But they went on through there, and there's some dead old corpse just floating up, having a good old time. Not a good old time, but you know what I mean, man. But since the lake's opening, it estimated about 775 people have died in the lake, and not all of the bodies have been found. Yet, even with the lake's haunted tales, Lake Lanier is one of Georgia's largest tourist destinations, with around, once again, 7 million visitors per year. Now, to increase the boat accidents, an attempt to cut down boat accidents and increase the awareness around water safety, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers have provided a number of drowning prevention tips, including ways to use a buddy system while swimming, not to venture into restricted areas, which those are the areas where all the hauntings are actually taking place. I believe where the strong energy is. Yes, I believe the whole lake and the whole is haunted, but wherever the graves are, the people that died and the people that are, to me, being taken by the lake, because I think the lake is one negative force field of bull. But that's the end of that little story. I don't know if some of you guys have heard about that. It's near me. I live in North Kakalaki, go Tar Heels, but I did want to bring, this story to you guys. And if you guys have heard of anyone that's been there, I actually want to go visit it. Now, I am not getting in the water, but I do want to go down there and visit, maybe ask some of the locals some questions and do some things like that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And like I always say, do not obey, stay woke.